The history of the Holy Quran. The Holy Quran is the central religious text of Islam, believed by Muslims to be a revelation from God, known as Allah in Arabic. The Quran is regarded as the literal word of God, conveyed to the Prophet Muhammad over a period of 23 years, beginning in 610 C and concluding in 632 C, the year of Muhammad's death. The history of the Quran encompasses its revelation, compilation, preservation, and role in Islamic tradition. Revelation of the Quran. The Quran was revealed in the Arabic language to the Prophet Muhammad by the angel Gabriel. Muhammad, a merchant from Mecca, began receiving revelations at the age of 40, during a time of retreat in the cave of Hira, near Mecca. These revelations continued for 23 years, covering periods of peace and conflict, as well as social and spiritual transformations within the growing Muslim community. The revelations were transmitted orally by Muhammad to his followers, many of whom committed the verses to memory. Others wrote the revelations down on various materials, including parchment, bones, and palm leaves. Muhammad would dictate these verses to his scribes, such as Zayd ibn Thabit, ensuring they were recorded exactly as he received them. The Quranic revelations were not delivered in a single order, but rather addressed different circumstances and needs of the Muslim community over time. They were later arranged into chapters, called surahs, and verses, known as ayahs. Compilation of the Quran. After the death of Prophet Muhammad, the preservation and compilation of the Quran became a significant concern for the early Muslim community. Although many had memorized large portions of the Quran, the growing expansion of Islam beyond the Arabian Peninsula made it essential to have a standardized written copy. During the Caliphate of Abu Bakr, the first caliph, 632 to 634 C, many Quranic memorizers, known as Hafiz, were killed in the Battle of Yamama. Fearing the potential loss of the Quran, Abu Bakr, at the suggestion of Umar ibn al-Khattab, ordered the compilation of the Quran into a single manuscript. Zayd ibn Thabit, a trusted companion of the Prophet, was appointed to collect the various written materials and compile them into one book. This compilation was kept with Abu Bakr, and after his death, it was passed to the second caliph, Umar, and subsequently to Hafsa, Umar's daughter and one of the Prophet's widows. Under the reign of the third caliph, Uthman ibn Affan, 644 to 656 C, variations in Quranic recitations began to emerge as Islam expanded into regions with diverse dialects. To preserve the linguistic purity of the Quran, Uthman ordered an official copy to be made from the compilation in Hafsa's possession. A committee led by Zayd ibn Thabit was formed to produce a standardized version, which became known as the Uthmanic Codex. Several copies of this codex were distributed to key cities across the Muslim Empire, and all other non-standardized versions were ordered to be destroyed. This ensured the uniformity of the Quranic text across the Muslim world. Preservation of the Quran. The Quran's preservation has been both oral and written. From the beginning, the practice of memorization played a crucial role in safeguarding the Quran. The tradition of memorizing the entire Quran continues today, with millions of Muslims known as Hafiz who commit the 6,236 verses to memory. This tradition reflects the deep reverence in which the Quran is held, as it is seen as the eternal, unchanged Word of God. In addition to oral preservation, the written preservation of the Quran was safeguarded through meticulous transcription methods. The development of Arabic script and calligraphy further enhanced the beauty and accuracy of Quranic manuscripts. Over time, diacritical marks were introduced to the Arabic script to ensure proper pronunciation and recitation, which was especially important for non-Arab Muslims. Modern scholars, both Muslim and non-Muslim, acknowledged the remarkable accuracy of the Quranic text over the centuries. Manuscripts of the Quran, including fragments found in Sana'a, Yemen, dating back to the 7th century, closely match the Uthmanic Codex, further affirming the historical integrity of the Quran's transmission. Significance of the Quran in Islamic tradition. The Quran is not merely a religious book, but the foundation of Islamic law, theology, and daily practice. It addresses all aspects of life, including moral guidance, legal principles, worship, social justice, and human relationships. Its teachings emphasize the oneness of God, the importance of charity, the pursuit of justice, and the consequences of good and bad actions in this life and the afterlife. The Quran is divided into 114 surahs, which vary in length, with the longer chapters found at the beginning and the shorter ones toward the end. Its verses are recited daily in prayers and rituals, and its recitation is regarded as an act of worship. The Quran has been translated into numerous languages, but Muslims believe that its true meaning can only be fully understood in Arabic, the language in which it was revealed. The role of the Quran in Islamic education is profound. It is the first book children in many Muslim societies are introduced to, and its memorization is encouraged from an early age. Schools, known as madrasas, often focus on Quranic studies, and understanding the Quran is seen as essential for a deeper comprehension of Islamic philosophy and jurisprudence. The history of the Holy Quran is a testament to the profound care taken by the early Muslim community to ensure the accurate transmission and preservation of their sacred text. From its initial revelations to the Prophet Muhammad, to its standardization under Caliph Uthman, the Quran has remained unchanged and revered by Muslims for over 1,400 years. Its influence extends beyond the religious sphere, shaping the language, culture, and legal systems of Muslim-majority societies throughout history. The Quran continues to be a source of guidance, inspiration, and spiritual solace for Muslims around the world. If you're enjoying our content and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support helps us grow and reach more people. Also, if you'd like to help us produce even more frequent and high-quality content, consider contributing to us on Patreon. Every little bit helps, and it means the world to us. So, share with your friends, and let's keep this journey going together. Thanks for all your support.